Welcome to a brief tutorial on student placement in Imagine Language and Literacy. Today, we'll cover placement via assessment integration. In this tutorial, we'll cover the different options for student placement, placement and refinement within language and literacy following assessment integration, and where placement scores can be found. Students using language and literacy must be placed into the content before they can begin their lessons. There are 4 options for placement. The language and literacy embedded assessments are the default option, or students can be placed via assessment integration with Imagine Galileo or the Imagine Plus assessment, both part of the Imagine Learning suite of products. We also support placement via NWEA MAP Growth Assessment. This tutorial will cover the assessment integration options for placement. Students using one of the 2 Imagine Learning assessment offerings will log in to imaginelearning.com using their same username and password. For students being placed with Galileo, students should select the Assessment Galileo tile from their homepage. But students being placed with the Imagine Plus assessment have a more streamlined experience. They just need to select the Language and Literacy tile, and the system will direct them to their assessment and then back on completion. Students assessing with NWEA MAP Growth would log into that platform and follow instructions there. Each of these assessments provides us with data we can use for initial placement within one strand of the complex and multi-stranded language and literacy curriculum, literacy. That's why we offer students placed via assessment integration a series of mini diagnostics the first time they log in. These diagnostics are not full assessments, and they are used only to refine student placement within each strand of the curriculum, so each student starts within their zone of proximal development. You'll know your students are working on one of these placement refining mini diagnostics by noting test items against a light blue backdrop. You'll also see a note from Booster reminding you that testing is in progress. Students will encounter these mini diagnostics frequently throughout their lessons, as they are critical to the adaptive nature of language and literacy. Finally, when using the language and literacy embedded assessments, your students' placement scores will be available in product in the growth report. However, when using assessment integration for placement, you will see one of these widgets instead. The buttons for Imagine Assessment Galileo and Imagine Plus Assessment will take you to those products within your Imagine Learning portal. You will not need to log in again. But because NWEA is an external assessment provider, this button will open a new tab and load the NWEA login page, and you will need to provide your NWEA credentials there. We hope this brief tutorial on assessment integration for student placement in language and literacy has been helpful. We'll see you again soon.